Sorry guys. Onto your backs, legs straight. Just give it a nice long stretch to start with. You can keep it still for a few breaths if you want. Or if you're anything like myself, I like to wiggle around just to lengthen one side of the body. Whichever one you're choosing, just long breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. Only a few of them. Try and relax your face while you're doing that, so there is no tension there. And one more long breath. Bring the arms by your side, bend the knees, feet flat, feet about hip distance apart. Shoulders away from these, lift the bum, lift the tailbone, coming into shoulder bridges, constantly moving up and down, breathing in as you go up. Breathe out as you bring the hips onto the mat. I'm going to add a little bit more of a movement to it. Next time my hips are in the air, I'm reaching the right arm straight overhead and to my left. So there is a twist in my spine. And her right hand comes down by my side, hips come onto the mat. Lifting the hip again, lifting left arm, going overhead and then to the right. So I'm lifting the left shoulder blade off the ground. Slow movements, plenty of breaths, 1 or 2, however many you need. 1 shoulder bridge, and then reach over with the right arm to your left. Back to center, hips all the way on the mat. Next time you lift the hips, left arm reaches overhead and to the right. And a couple more, 1 more each way in your own time. Just make sure you can feel that you squeeze the glutes on the top as you lift. And you feel that twist in the back. You probably feel something in your shoulders as well. Try and really lengthen that long line as you reach. And then 1 more. If it's just the shoulder bridges, that is absolutely fine too. And once you've done your last one, bring the knees into your chest. Rock your back out for a few breaths. And then stick the heels up to the air. See if you can straighten your legs. If not, it's not a problem. Just grab the back of your legs. Start massaging your hamstrings. Still holding onto the back of my thighs. I'm going to crunch up, lifting shoulder blades off. Starting to feel my stomach muscles working here. I'm going to squeeze the heels, inner thighs together. Drawing belly button into the lower back, feeling the lower back flat. We're just going to work on your stomach muscles to activate everything. Wherever you are with the legs or the arms, make sure the spine is staying in the shape that you are now. You should feel that there is a nice curve there. And then releasing the fingertips to the front of the mat, gently dropping the legs only a few inches towards the mat. And then bring them back in. By all means, grab the back of your thighs. I'm going to use the arms, stick them up to the ceiling and drop them overhead, but I'm not lowering the shoulders. Breathe in as you drop, breathe out, bring everything back in and just grab the back of your legs somewhere. I'm going to do another 3. If all goes well, it's not your lower back you're feeling. My voice is shaking. I'm starting to feel the stomach muscles. So however far you are from the mat with your shoulder blades, that distance is going to stay. Breathe in as you open everything up. See how far you want to go. Staying safe on the lower back, and breathe out as you bring it back. 1 more time. So again, not knacking out the stomach muscles yet. Just feeling that they start to work. And then bring the legs in, bending knees, crossing the ankles. I'm going to grab the top of the knees and just rolling up and down a few times. Still keeping that C curve in the spine. Trying to balance on the top if you can. Sitting on the tailbone for a breath or 2 if you can, just to feel that the stomach muscles are keeping you upright. And I'm crossing the ankles the other way around, so I'm changing the cross. And I do a few more rolls with that crossing. And I do one more. This time I'm going to stay up. And I'm laying the shins flat, one heel in front of the other, and just sitting up in a nice easy sit. A few twists, one hand behind you, other hand on the knee, looking over the back shoulder whilst you're lifting the tailbone, lifting the crown of your head high. And then go the other way around in your own time. Slowly using those breaths, alternating the sides. Do one more each way. Maybe hold it a bit longer, maybe if there is any tension in the back. Use that out breath as you look behind you. And then once you're back after the last one, hands flat, roll over your ankles or however you wish, go into your all-four position. On hands and knees, coming into the middle of the mat. A few circles into the wrists. Let's get them ready. Straight arms. Straight away for a few more breaths. I'm going to turn the fingertips outwards. Shoulders are going side to side. And I'm going behind, in the back, turning the fingertips backwards, bending the elbows slightly, and then pushing the hips backwards, pushing shoulders forwards. So I'm stretching the forearms. We won't be here for too long, I promise. Stay with the previous options if that's too much. And then turning the wrists around, pressing down the back of the wrist while I'm sitting on my heels. Back onto the knuckles just to give it a break. Again, just to make sure we are not hurting the wrists when we are going into the high plank position. And then shake them out, reach to the top of the mat, push the shoulders above the wrist and step back into your high plank position. Find that lovely distance, keeping the shoulders above the wrists. Take a big breath in and push your bum in the air, downward dog. Let's just pedal the heels a few times. One heel down, bending the other knee. And then find your static pose. Make sure the heels are still lifted. And on your next inhale, ripple forwards into your high plank again. Exhale and hold. Inhale, prepare to go back. Exhale, lift the bum high. Push the chest through and maybe lower both heels if it's there. Inhale, lift the heels, tuck the tailbone, go into your high plank. Exhale, hold. Make sure you can feel a little bit in your core. Inhale to prepare, going back. Push your bum up into your downward dog as you exhale. Chest through, heels down. Let's do 3 more of these. Inhale, coming forwards. Exhale, hold. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, downward dog, chest through, heels down. Twice more, in your own time if you need to. So it's all about activating the core still, stretching the chest, the hamstrings, mobilizing the spine. One more time. Find your downward dog for the last time. Now this time again, as I'm pressing the chest through, I'm lifting the heels, pushing the heels to your left as you're pointing the knees to your right, and hold it here. I'm feeling a nice stretch down my right side. Back to center, over to the other side. Heels go to the right, knees go to the left, and hold. Straight arms, dropping chest. Come back to center. Find a static downward dog. I'm going to put my feet a little bit wider than my hips. You can lift those heels off, maybe bend the knees. I'm going to twist. The right hand is coming on the outside of the left leg somewhere, wherever you want. Reach further down if you feel a bit more bendy. And then look under your left shoulder. Try and look up to the ceiling. Left arm is straight. So you've got a nice twist in the back. Come back to center. Right hand down, left hand reaches over onto the outside of your right leg. Reach as far down as you wish. And then look under your right armpit, keeping right arm straight. And then come back to center. Ripple forwards into your plank position one more time. And lower yourself all the way to the front, however you wish. Fingertips are coming out to the side, a little bit in front of me, elbows pointing up. Breathing in as you've got that wave-like movement in your spine. Breathing out, coming down. Opening the chest, lifting the chin last as you breathe in, pressing down the top of the feet. And breathe out as you peel it down. Do another 3. Really feeling that nice stretching the front of your body. You might feel your back muscles, but not the lower back. So see how far you want to go with that. Just keep working with your breath and try and press the feet onto the mat. Let's do one more. Take it all the way down, hands under your shin, under your shoulders, feet hip distance. Give me your first press up. You don't have to do a full one, but if you're ready for it, give me a full press up. Tug the toes and push into your downward dog again as you're breathing out. Take one more breath as you adjust it, chest through. And then lift the right leg behind you, 3-legged dog. Squeeze the right glute to start with. And then start opening the hip. So the right hip is rotating up. Bend that right knee. Think about pointing that right knee up to the ceiling. Arms are straight. And by all means, look under your right armpit again. Whilst you're feeling the chest dropping to the mat. On your next inhale, square your hips, straighten your right leg, and bring your right knee in the back of your right arm. Hold it here and make sure your wrists are above your shoulders are above the wrists. Bring the right knee over to your left elbow. And then bring the right knee back to your right elbow. Breathe in, take it back to the left. Breathe out, take it back to the right. One more time. Left elbow, breathe in. Right elbow, breathe out. Breathe in, push that right leg up, 3-legged dog. Breathe out, step through in between the thumbs. Find that long runner's lunge. Fingertips on the mat. Back leg straight to start with. Bending right knee. So you start stretching the front of your left hip. Right knee is above the right ankle. So adjust if you need to. Long spine. Drop down the back knee. I'm going to keep the back toes tucked under. You don't have to, but it will give me more stability. Breathe in, reach up, crescent moon. Breathe out, vertical twist to your right. So left fingertips are going to the front. Right fingertips pointing backwards. We're going to do another 3 of these. Breathe in, reach up, center. Keep bending the front knee. Breathe out, twist to your right. Twice more. Feel the back muscles. Feel that they try and twist you. And feel that you're twisting from the belly button. Open that chest as well. You might feel it in the front of your right shoulder. One more time, hold it here and rest your left fingertips on the right thigh. Snake your right hand on your lower back on the outside of your left thigh. Look over your right shoulder and hold that twist. Bend your right knee a bit more and suck the belly button in if there is any back pain at all. Lovely. Hold it for another breath. Reach up on your next inhale, back to your crescent moon. Frame the front foot, hands are flat, and step into a high plank position. I'm landing that right foot and getting ready for your first full press up if you want, otherwise drop the knees down. Breathe in, look forwards, breathe out, sink, roll the way down onto the front. From here, stay here, release the feet, squeeze your bum, and lift both legs off of the mat. Now think about pressing the pubic bone into the mat. If all goes well, you started feeling your hamstrings and your glutes. Stay here if you want, otherwise I'm going to stick the arms to the back, pointing the fingers to the back of the mat, palms down, squeezing shoulder blades, lifting the shoulders as well. So there is your full back extension. Lift a little bit higher with your last breath. And then come all the way down. Hands under your shoulders. Come into a full press up if you want. Make sure your spine is long, tummy tight. Or stay on your knees. Push back up, breathe in. Breathe out, downward dog. Adjust if you need to. On your next inhale, lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Squeezing left glute, keeping the hips square to start with. And then open that hip by lifting that left heel higher, bending the left knee, pointing the left knee up to the ceiling. Look under your left armpit, arms are straight. Feel the stretch down the left side. And breathe. Keep dropping the chest, lengthening the front of your shoulders. Take another big breath in and square the hips, straighten the left leg. Left knee comes to the back of your left arm. Hold it here. Breathe in as you take it to your right arm. Breathe out, bring it back to the left arm. 2 more rounds. Breathe in right arm. Breathe out left arm. Breathe in right arm. Breathe out right, left arm. And then push back into three-legged dog. Breathe in here. Step through in between the thumbs. Keeping back leg straight to start with. Onto the fingertips looking forward. Starting to stretch the back, front of your right hip. Straightening right knee, sending the right heel to the back of the mat. Pop down the back knee on your next inhale, reach up into crescent moon. Twist to your left, vertical twist. For 4, left out, left fingertips pointing back. Reach up, breathe in, centering the shoulders here. Breathe out, twist to your left. Keep bending the front knee. Think about pointing those left fingertips to the back. Keep opening the chest, so the palms are pointing to the left when you're twisting. One more time, big breath in, still bending the front knee. Breathe out, twist, and then resting the right hand onto the left thigh, snaking the left hand around your lower back or the outside of your right thigh. Sink the hip further down as you look over your left shoulder. Long spine, lift the crown of your head. Hold it for 1 more breath. On your next inhale, reach up. Frame the front foot, step back into a high plank position. Exhale. Inhale, prepare for another press up all the way down. Exhale, sink it down, elbows pointing back. Stay on your front. Reaching back for a quad stretch. You either have one arm going back, grabbing the ankle, just pulling the heel down onto your bum. Or if you can, straight away, grab both. We're going to be here for a few breaths. Wherever you are, press the knees together and think about pressing your hips onto the mat. If there is any back pain, you might want to do one leg at a time, but as long as you push the hips and the pubic bone onto the mat, it might help. Change sides if you have been doing one, or stay with both. Whatever you're doing, knees together, hips are pressing into the mat. Hold it for 1 more breath, and then slowly release it off. Wait for the lower back to recover, and then slowly bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Get ready for another press up, elbows pointing back, shoulders away from the ears, spine straight. Tuck the toes if you want the full one. Breathe in as you go up, breathe out, downward dog. Find your static downward dog for 1 more breath. And we've got 5 dolphins. We're going to drop both elbows down 5 times. If you need to drop your knees onto the mat, please do. Breathe in as you drop the elbows. Breathe out, push back up. Keep pressing the chest through wherever you are. Number 2, drop down. Push back up. If you need to do it one by one, that is fine. Drop down, just make sure you alternate the sides you start with. Push back up. 2 more. Drop down. Push back up. I'm still pressing the chest through. 1 last time. Drop down and stay here. Push your bum high. Walk the feet a little bit closer to the elbow. Let the chest go to the ankles. Let the bum lift. Draw the belly button in. Lift back up, downward dog. Press the chest through 1 more time and drop both knees down. We're going to open your chest a bit more. Come all the way up. Hips above the knees, shoulders above the hips. Squeeze the glutes, short tummy, working on the tummy. Hands on the lower back, opening the chest. Maybe drop your head back. And circle the arms around. You might want to look forwards. Right arm goes to the front, across your left, behind you, and onto your lower back as you go around. Left arm goes to the front, to the right, behind you and around onto your lower back. We're going to do a few more. If you want to reach down onto the heels, I still have the toes tucked under. Carry on like that. I'm going right arm, opening the chest, squeezing the glutes. I'm going left arm, breathing in as you open everything. Breathe out as you change. Do a few more times. Squeeze the bum and feel that your core muscles are working in the front, so there shouldn't be any pain in your lower back. I'm going to make this the last one, and I try and hold that back bend. It might be on your back, but that's okay, as long as you're bending from the top of the spine. If you're on the heels, make sure you push the hips forwards and open the top of the shoulders. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the bum cheeks really hard, and that should protect your back. Hold it for one more breath, maybe drop the head back if it's there, and then slowly come back onto the lower back. Sit back into child's pose, and then chin down to chest, roll it down. So you're rounding the back the other way. And then find your downward dog. Reach forwards, lift the bum. Make it to the front of the mat however you wish. Give me a halfway lift here, long spine, breathe in, breathe out, forward, and then come up slowly. We're going to get ready for your sun salutation. Roll the shoulders out on the top, feet hit the hip distance. You've got a bit of distance between the toes and the front of the mat. Open the chest. When you're ready, reach up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, just a simple sun salutation. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale back into your high plank, maybe with the same breath, lower down. Breathe into your cobra. Downward dog, you might want to sit back into child's pose or go into your downward dog straight away. On your next inhale, look forwards, make your way to the front of the mat. Hop it or step it, and forward fold as you're breathing out. Breathing, come all the way up. I'm going to do it with a flat back. Reach up straight away. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, going through your high plank, maybe all the way down, or take your time. On top of the toes, breathe into your cobra or upward dog. Find your downward dog in your own time. On your next inhale, look forwards, bend the knees, step or hop to the front of the mat. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathing, come all the way up, saluting upwards. Breathe out, forward fold straight away. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Take your time if you need to take more breaths. Inhale, open cobra, upward dog if you're ready to take your thighs off. Into your downward dog in your own time. Next, inhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. We've got 2 more to go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga or just the high plank if you want to leave out the press up. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Make sure you use your core muscles as you push into your downward dog. Inhale, get ready to go to the front of the mat. Exhale, jump forwards and forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. The last one is coming up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, prepare, look forwards. Exhale, make your way to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands by your side. Close the feet, sandwiching big toe joints together. I still have space in the front. Getting ready for your chair pose later. For now, take a big breath in. Reach up. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Hips low, reaching high, hold. Weight is on your heels, so see if you can lift your toes off. Belly button in your lower back. Try and touch your knees, toes, and possibly your heels together. Thank you. Look up, take a big breath in. Breathe out, hands to heart center. And twist to your left so I can see you. Maybe put the right elbow onto the left thigh. Let's just hold it here. Lengthen the spine. Really lengthen it and maybe press that elbow into the knee if it works. So I've got right elbow on the left thigh. Sorry guys, I just wanted to see you. Look down at your mat. Lift the right heel into your bum. Find a balance on the left foot. Step the right leg back into a long lunge position. Make it as slow as possible. Once you're there, keeping that twist, press that left elbow even higher onto the ceiling. Press the right elbow into the thigh. Sink the hip, but your right leg is straight. So you've got that lovely twist going on. Hold it for one more breath. Reach the arms up. Breathe into your crescent lunge. Breathe out, tap the knee down, the back knee down, and open the chest. You've got a slight back bend here. Breathe in, reach up, lift the back knee, crescent lunge. Breathe out, tap the back knee down, open the chest. We've got one more. Squeeze. Keep the back knee down. I've got the back toe stuck under. Interlace the fingers in the back. Open the heart up even more. Now start straightening the front leg, so there will be a lot of weight on the back knee. Please be aware of that. My left leg is straightening. Maybe turning the left toes up, that's not necessary. And we are going to try and go into a half split, but I'm keeping the hands interlaced in the back. So I'm hinging first. See how far you can take it. Find your focus point, your drishti, because there's a lot of balancing here. If you can, maybe drop the chest, maybe drop the head, and lift the hands higher towards the ceiling. So you're not just stretching your hamstrings, you might feel the stretch in your shoulders as well. If it hurts your back, relax your fingertips on your hips. Slowly look forward again. I still have the hands together, interlaced, but if you need to release them anytime, please do. Bend the left knee. So I've got the left foot flat. We're gonna float into a warrior three. So you need to go from that really low position. Very slowly, take a big breath in, hinge, and float into your warrior three. Lift that right heel high. I'm still keeping the fingers interlaced just for another breath. Lift that right heel a little bit higher, still squaring hips. Come into stalk. Stand up, left knee comes up, hands are going to the front. We've got another vertical twist here. I'm going to put the left hand on the front of my right knee, right fingertips pointing back. So another vertical twist, but I'm holding onto my knee. Try and point those right fingertips backwards. Look to the front. Push back into a warrior three. Push the right heel backwards, but fingertips forwards this time. So there's a lot of balancing going on the left leg. Slowly find that position. Very, very slowly find it. Come back up into your stalk. I'm going to interlace the fingers under my right hamstrings. And I'm trying to straighten out my right leg. You might be able to go for your big toe pose. And that is good for me as long as you're upright. Otherwise, I'm holding my hamstrings here. Chest is up. Bending the right knee. And bring the right knee in line with your left knee. Quad stretch basically. I'm going to grab my right ankle with my right hand. Knees are on the same line, reaching the left fingertips to the ceiling. We're going to go into your dansa. Tight tummy. And start lifting the right knee behind you. So you need to start lifting the right heel behind you, but I'm not going forwards just yet. And then I start hinging forwards from the hips, leaning into that dancer. If you can, push the right ankle into the right hand. So you're opening the right hip and you're still taking the balance on your left leg. Now let's see if we can release that leg without coming up into another warrior three. Very, very slowly reach that right heel back, reach both arms to the front. Lift that right heel higher one more time. And then take a long lunge back, just where you came from. Go into your crescent lunge. Take a big breath in. Breathe out, frame the front foot. Step back with that left leg. Find your high plank or hover that left foot if you want. Breathe in, prepare for your chaturanga. Breathe out, go all the way onto your front. Both feet are flat. Reaching back for another quad stretch. Stay on your front, everyone. Reaching back for another quad stretch. Either both hands or one. We are going to have a go with your bow pose. Bending both knees or one. Don't worry, you will have the time to do the other side as well. I'm starting with the quad stretch. And then you either stay here or squeeze the shoulder blades first. Squeeze the bum cheeks. And don't worry about lifting the knees off. Just press your ankles into your hands. And let them pull your upper body up if it's there. But clench your bum. Squeeze the muscles between your shoulder blades. Change sides if you've been doing one leg, one quad. Otherwise, hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Relax down slowly. Wait for the lower back to recover after that back bend. I'm straightening spine, hands under the shoulders. Get ready for another press up, full or on your knees. Tummy tight. Breathe in, push up. Breathe out, downward dog. Hold it here for a breath. Take another big breath in, look forward. Breathe out to the front and forward fold. On your inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands, feet together. Big toes are touching. Going for the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Let's just hold this here. Sit lower if you can. Have a little play around with the mobility in the ankles. Weight is on the heels. Tummy tight. No pressure on your lower back. Reach the arms higher. Take another big breath in. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Twist to your right. Left elbow is coming onto your right thigh. Knees are staying together. Feel that twist in the back. Hips are level. Glance down at your knees. Double check that they are staying together. They are not gliding on top of each other. Keep pressing left elbow into the knee and lengthen the spine. Look down at your mat. Bring the left knee into your left heel into your bum. Find a balance. Start extending that left leg. Make that lunge to the back as slow as possible. And then land it slowly. You're still twisted. Look up at the sky. Look up at the ceiling if you can. Longer spine. Left knee straight for now. Hold it for one more breath. And reach up into your crescent lunge. Take a big breath in. Back knee down, opening the chest. Slight back bend, breathing out. Breathe in, reach up. We've got 2 more. Lifting the back knee. Breathe out, open, pop down the back knee. One last time. Keep that back knee down. Interlacing fingers in the back. Open the chest first. Start straightening the right knee. I'm staying upright for now. Take it however far you wish. Maybe point the right toes up, but you might need more balancing. Straight back, hinging forward. See how far you want to take it. You will probably feel the difference between the two sides. Keep the hips level. If you can, drop the chest, drop the head, and maybe lift the hands higher. So you're stretching the chest as well. Find that focus point, fix the gaze. Lift the head slowly. I'm dropping the hand here, looking in front of me. Start bending the front knee, so you're back into your crescent lunge, crescent moon. When you're ready, warrior three. Slowly hinge and find that balance. Lift the left heel high. Hands are still interlaced if you can. Hips are square. Left toes are pointing downwards. On your next inhale, lift into your stalk. Lift the left knee up as you come up. Reach the arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Twist your left vertical twist. Put that right hand onto the left knee. Find your focus point. Left fingertips are pointing behind you. Reach back up to your stalk. Big breath in. Let's go back into warrior three. This time fingertips are pointing forwards. Left heel is traveling behind you. Completely straighten out the left knee. And lift that left heel a bit higher if you can. Just to feel the back muscles. Come back up into your stalk. And I'm grabbing the back of my left hamstrings. Or big toe pose if you want to grab the big toe on the left side. Wherever you are, chest is up. Really extend that leg. Really extend it out. Bend the knee and bring the knees together. Release the hamstrings. We're going to go for your dancer. Grabbing your left ankle with your left hand. Knees together for now. Standing upright, high tummy. I've got right arm going up to the ceiling. Start lifting the left heel high, left knee higher, but without hinging forward. So you're feeling the front of your left hip possibly. And now hinge forward. Find that dancer. If you can, press that left ankle into the left hand. So that will give you more of a stretch in the front of your left hip. Let's see if we can go back into the warrior three. Slowly releasing the ankle, finding the balance. Pushing both arms to the front. Leveling hips. Left heel is lifting high behind you. Hold it for one more breath. Take a long step back into your lunge. Slow it down if you can. Back into your crescent lunge. Reach up, take a big breath in. Frame the front foot. Step the right leg back into your plank position. Hover it if you want. Big breath in before you sink all the way onto your front and we stay there. Sink it down. Both feet flat. We have another go with your bow pose. So either just a quad stretch or straight away grab both ankles. I'm starting by squeezing knees together. They won't stay together for me, but you might be able to do that. Squeezing shoulder blades, squeezing glutes. And I'm not worried about coming up. I'm just pressing the ankles into the hands. Keep opening. Feel the glutes working. Feel the back of your shoulders working. Change the legs if you've been doing one. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Come down slowly. Release it off. Just wait for your back to recover. Maybe push your hips side to side. Wiggling your bum will help. Get ready for your press up. Hands under your shoulders. Stay on the knees or tuck the toes. Straight spine. Stomach into the lower back. Elbows pointing back. Breathe in as you go up. Breathe out, downward dog. Hold it for 1 breath. And we flush it out with a sun salutation. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, go to the front. Forward, forward. Breathe in, come all the way up. Reach up, we're going to go for it straight away. Breathe out, forward, forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, chaturanga. Leave it out if you wish. Breathe into your cobra, upward dog. Find your downward dog. Hold it here. We're going to go onto our backs. You can pop the knees onto the mat if you want. Otherwise, I'm going to cross the ankles behind my wrists. You can step it, 1, 2, crossing. And I'm going to lay my bum all the way onto the mat. Once you're there, make sure there is space behind you. We're going to roll like a ball, up just like we did it at the beginning. I find a balance, rounding the back, grabbing the shins. I'm not crossing the ankles this time. Roll back a few times. Try and come back up and hold without touching the toes if possible. Let's do another 2. Find the momentum there. See how you get there. Try and hold it for a breath, just to feel that the stomach muscles are working. 1 more. Find a position. And then roll back again. Stay on your back. I'm still keeping that C curve. I'm going to go back to that first stomach exercise. Bring knee in. Pressing low back into the mat. Now I'm starting to extend the arms straight away. You choose your own level. Breathe in as you drop, but not the shoulder blades. Breathe out, bring everything back. We've got 4 more. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, bring them together. 3 more. The slower you make it, the harder your stomach muscles will have to work, which is why you want to work with the rhythm of your breath, whilst the lower back is staying completely flat on the mat. And I've got 1 more. Breathe in, breathe out, hug it in, cross the ankles. You have a few choices here. We are going to meet in downward dog. Otherwise, I'm going to go through a chaturanga, rolling over my ankles, and I try my best to step or jump back into a press-up position straight into chaturanga. Have a think. And then go for it when you're ready. Just have a go with it however far you want to take it, just to see what happens. And then meet us in downward dog, guys. Thank you. There you go. Piece of cake. Leave the right leg behind you. Take a big breath in, 3-legged dog. Breathe out. Step through in between the thumbs. Pivot the back heel down. Cartwheel the hands up, warrior 2. Sink down into it. Breathing straight in both legs, feet are parallel, reach up, wide-legged forward, breathing out. Reach as far as you want. Take another big breath in. Breathe out, take that stretch further. And reach the hands wherever they need to be, as long as you feel your inner thighs and hamstrings. On your next inhale, bend the knees, flatten your back, come all the way up. Exhale, go back into your warrior 2 where you came from. Sink it low. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Right fingertips traveling up, breathe in. Breathe out, cartwheel the hands down. Step into your plank position and sink it down with the same breath, going through your chaturanga. Breathe into your cobra upward dog and find your downward dog. Other side, same thing. Left leg up, 3-legged dog. Step through in between the thumbs, breathing out as you pivot the back heel down. Breathing, cartwheel the hands up, warrior 2. Opening chest, sinking low. Breathe in, wide-legged forwards as you straighten legs, reach up. Folding forwards as you're breathing out. You've got 1 more in-breath, long in-breath. 1 more long out-breath as you take it further. On your next inhale, bend the knees, lift all the way back up. Exhale, warrior 2 where you came from. Flip the front palm. Breathe in reverse. Feel that stretch down the left side. Breathe out, cartwheel down. Step the left leg back, sinking you through your chaturanga straight away. Breathe in, cobra upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Hold it for 1 more breath. Drop both knees down. Keep the toes tucked under. We're going to go back into your camel. Lifting chest, rolling shoulders back, clenching bum cheeks, opening the front of the hips, tight tummy. Hands on your lower back to start with if you want. Straight away, we are going to open the top of the shoulders. You have the choice to reach down for your heels when you're ready. Wherever you are, please make sure you push the hips to the front. If you want to untug the toes, it's harder, but please be careful. But it's the same setup, squeezing bum and opening the top of the shoulders and maybe reaching up, reaching down. Once you're there, hips are going to the front, maybe dropping the head back. And hold it for another 2. And 1 more, come back onto the lower back. Sit into child's pose, rounding your back here. Let's have a go with your headstand. I'm going to give you a couple of options here. You can do your tripod. I'm going to tuck the toes. If you've got the hands flat, you still have to create that nice triangle shape. So the top of your head comes here. Have a go with that first. Make sure the elbows are pointing backwards, walking feet in, rounding the back, and see how far you want to take it. You might just tuck. You might take it all the way up. Have a play. Let's just try that first. If you don't want to do that for any reasons because of your neck, you don't have to. Try and control how you're coming down. That's what's going to get you strong. Don't worry too much about going up, but control coming down. Once you've done that, sit back into your child's pose, and we have another go, and you can do the forearm. If you're doing the forearm, remember this is the distance between the 2 elbows. Grab them, keep that distance, interlace except for the little fingers, and the back of your head is going into your palm. It's the same setup, pressing the elbows into the mat, pushing bum up, walking the feet in, and you try and go up the same way, or find your own way if you've got one. Again, try and focus on coming down. Don't worry about how you go up. Even use a wall. Go against the wall if that makes you feel better. Sorry guys, I'm laughing at Paul. Hello Paul, how are you? You can't miss a headstand, can you?
Heavy leg syndrome, dear.
Oh well, it's muscle, I always say. For me-ish. Good. And I know, can I just put the mic on actually? We have a bit more time. Can I just put the mic on? And I know some of you want to have a go with your crawl pose. So you can practice them separately. I do crawl, not the crane, if I'm going into headstand. Yes, headstand. So I'm going wide, sit into a yogic squat if you want to do that. And you can just practice your crawl, that is absolutely fine. So open those hips up. Just sitting here for a few seconds. You might already have it. So if I go into a headstand, a tripod headstand, I normally go from the crawl because I need those inside of the knees to rest on my triceps. You might be able to do it from the crane, which is a little bit harder. So have a go with your crawl pose first. I've got the hands maybe about shoulder width, spreading the fingertips. And if you're still not quite sure about it, just lift the heels, tip forwards, round your back, maybe look to the front and lift one heel at a time and just alternate. If you've got them both, please be very careful not to smash your face and land on the top of your head. And then lift into your, headstand. And then try your best to come back. And that's why I need the inside of the knees onto my triceps. And the hard bit here for me is rounding back, using the tummy and the wrists to try and find my balance again. Have a go with that, but if you practice them separately, it's very good hand balancing either way. Eddie, you okay? Do you want to have a go or do you want to seat again? You okay? if you're thinking about going onto your head from the crawl, you might want to put a pillow down. If you're anything like me, I smashed my face the first time. I did. You gotta try. Nice. And again, however far you manage to get, always think about coming out of the position, make it slow, because that's the eccentric phase and that will get you stronger. Just doesn't mean probably anything. But as you're coming out of your crawl or headstand, think about slowing it down. Nice. Nice. Now we're going to take another few seconds and sit into your child's pose, and we're going to go through your flow one more time with the warrior two. Are we okay on the head and the neck? Yeah? I am going to go a little bit longer. I know some of you need to go in 8 minutes, and that's okay. But I might take a little bit longer. Is that okay? Guys, I'm going to mute you. Sit into your child's pose. And then we are going to do your flow one more time. Are you ready to find your downward dog? Take a couple of breaths here. And on your next inhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And let's go for it. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through. Pivot the back heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Sink nice and low. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. I've got feet parallel. Inhale, hold it here. Exhale, take that stretch a bit further. Inhale, flat back as you come up, reach up. Exhale, warrior two, where you came from. Sink nice and deep. Inhale through the front palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Chaturanga as you step the right leg back. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step through. Pivot the back heel down. Inhale, warrior two, cartwheel up. Exhale, sink. Inhale, reach up, straight legs. Exhale, forward fold, feet are parallel. Inhale, hold. Exhale, stretch a bit further. Inhale, flat back, come all the way up. Exhale, warrior two, where you came from. Inhale, reverse, left fingertips up. Exhale, cartwheel down, chaturanga, kick that left leg back. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step or jump forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Wide feet, sit down into yogic squats. Pushing knees out, trying to straighten back, and there's the last one on your inner thigh. And have a sit down on your back, on your bum. Find your way there. Grab that strap if you need it. I've got right leg straight for a hamstring stretch. Tucking the left foot into the inside of my right thigh. Squaring hips and shoulders. Use that strap if you need it. You're reaching nice and tall first. And then as you breathe out, folding forwards. Let's just hold it for a few breaths. Try and think about folding from the hips if you're feeling any tension on your lower back. So if you feel you're really rounding your back, lengthen the spine, keep a bit higher and fold from the hips. With your next in-breath, release out of it, straighten back. As you exhale, fold a bit further. We're going to increase one more time. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, take it the furthest without hurting your lower back or your hamstrings. If you're shaking, release out of it. 2 more breaths. Straighten up slowly. Bring the left knee up, keeping the left foot flat on the inside of the right thigh. Circling the left arm forwards and behind you. Circling the right arm forwards and on the outside of your left thigh. Press into it, look behind you. Straight spine, spinal twist. Keep pressing into that knee, twisting from the belly button. Spine is long, lifting the crown of your head. And then slowly untangle. I'm going to change legs, starting with the hamstrings on the left side. Left leg straight, right foot in, right knee drops out to the side. Squaring hips, shoulders, sitting up tall. Big breath in. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, release out of it. Exhale, fold a bit further. One last time, inhale, release, long spine. Exhale, take it further. And then lift up slowly. Bring the right knee up to the ceiling, to the sky, sitting on the sitting bones. Right arm goes forwards behind you, left arm goes forwards and on the outside of the right thigh. Twist, look over your right shoulder. Spine long, press into that knee. Long breaths. Slowly untangle, look to the front. Shake both legs out. We're going to go into our backs. We've got 2 more stretches and then we're done, I promise. Roll into your back. Glute stretch. Right heel comes across the left thigh. I'm bringing the right heel close to my groin, flexing the right foot. Reaching for the left thigh or keep that left foot on the mat if you need to. Pull the thigh in. Head, shoulders resting on the mat. Long breath in through the nose. Long breath out through the nose. Hold the right knee into your chest, release the left leg onto the mat. Sorry, I turned around so you can see what I'm doing. Squeeze the right knee into the armpit. And then see if you can grab either your hamstrings, your calf, or the outside of your foot. You're coming into like a half happy baby. Pressing the right knee into the armpit towards the mat. But look at your left toes, make sure they are pointing up. So I'm trying to keep the left hip flat on the mat. Just hold it here. You should feel some opening in the hips. If you're very bendy, like we know some of you, you can try and think about straightening that leg. Try and think about really pressing that left hip on the mat. If you stay with me in a happy baby, you're going to feel that your hips are opening. So keep pressing that right knee towards the mat. See which one works for you better. Hold it for one more breath. And then slowly release it down. Shake it out. And let's do the glute stretch on the other side. Left foot flexed, come across your right thigh. Heel close to the groin, grabbing the back of your right thigh. Head and shoulders are on the mat. And long breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. And release that stretch. Hug the left knee into the chest. Send the right leg long. Squeeze the left knee into your armpit. I'm already feeling the hip opening. Keep that right leg straight, point the right toes up. Grab your hamstring, calf, or the outside of your left foot. Bring the left knee towards the mat, towards your armpit. Keep your hips flat, so keep sending the right hip onto the mat. See if you want to straighten it out. See if you want to keep it bent. See which one opens your hips more. See where the tension is. And then release it. Give them a shake. We're going to take 5 long breaths in Shavasana in your corpse pose. Make sure you're warm, mainly if you're outside. Relax the shoulders and the arms down. Wherever they need to be, you can find a different position. Relax your face and your neck as well. And then in through the nose, long breath. Lengthen your out breath through the nose. Bring the knees into your chest slowly, one by one. Give them a final squeeze. Move around if you need to. And then roll onto your side. Bring yourselves into a seated position. I'm going to sit on a block. Don't have to. Spine is long. Hang on, don't go anywhere just yet. Please, please, please. Just a few neck rolls here. Roll the shoulders back before you start. Ear to shoulder. Other way. Chin at the chest and carry on drawing your head around. Releasing all the tension in the neck. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose if you can. Change direction. And then lift your chin. Let's finish it off. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to heart center. Namaste. Well done, everyone. Thank you, guys. How are you all feeling? Let me just stop the recording.
Put us through our paces, dear.